Mary, a lover of life, a lover of children, a lover of all, and a fighter for peace and human rights. We asked Nayo how she wanted to be remembered, and she said to read her poem. So this is Nayo's poem about Nayo. Do you know me? You cannot love me if you do not know me. If you do not know why my hands are calloused and my feet are bunioned and I smell not of rose waters and oil baths.
If you do not know why my straightened hair contradicts at the root, and why my feet do not fit very well in high-heeled shoes, no, you cannot love me.
You see, I sweat out a Sunday crepe dress, and my ample rear makes a hemline lose its level.
Besides that, I take no pleasure in sticking my pinky out while holding a cup of tea. And if you cannot understand, you cannot love me.
I try to deal with certain customs so as not to seem strange.
I try to deal with certain customs as to not seem
But I
strange.
really do prefer socks over my nylons.
I try to deal with
multicolored wraps around my head. And I'd rather leave the gap between my teeth unchanged.
It is utterly important that you know these things.
It is utterly
important that you know these things.
It is utterly
important that you know these things.
It is utterly important that you know these things. It is utterly
dive off into some fantasy of what I might be,
before you dive
shocked
into some fantasy of what I might
dive off into
before
some
you are
fantasy
shocked
about what I might be.
It is utterly important that you know these things. It is utterly important that you know these things before you dive off into some fantasy. It is utterly important before you dive off into some fantasy of what I might be.
Only to be shocked by what I am.
I must tell you, I have picked cotton and chopped wood. I have busted suds in iron wash pots, and I have obeyed masters.
And chopped wood.
I did not want to obey.
And chopped wood. There are scars.
There are
scars upon my mind.
There are scars upon my mind.
There are scars upon my mind.
Scars upon my mind.
There are scars upon my mind.
There are scars upon my mind.
And bruises on my soul.
Scars upon my mind. It is utterly important that you know these things.
Mostly I try to forget. But when I remember, I am often bitchy.
I am often bitchy.
When I remember, I am often
bitchy, and it is utterly important that you know these things. I am often bitchy. It is utterly important that you know these things. If you think you want to love me, you must know what turns me on. Why I sing, stirring grits in my faded bathrobe. Why I smile when I need to. When I see you, why I smile, and why sometimes I do not need to see you at all. It is utterly important that you know these things. It is utterly important that you know these things. I must tell you, I have picked cotton. It is utterly important that you know.
You must understand that this outer image is but a proper disguise. You must understand that this outer image is but a proper disguise. You must understand that this outer image is but a proper disguise while I preserve and conceal serve the real me inside. It is utterly important that you know
the
these
real
things.
me inside.
It is utterly important that you know these things.
And conserve
it is
the real
utterly important that you know these things.
I am an African woman, and in the privacy of my private chambers of my mind, I am an African woman. I am an African woman, and in the privacy of the private chambers of my mind, in the intimacy of the intimate corridors of my soul, when the doors to Western civilization are shut, I open the doors to myself, and I am an African.
It is utterly important that you know these things. It is utterly important that you know these things. It is utterly important that you know these things.